Hi, it's the M.L.M for the Soul channel. I do have a new topic for today. Before I begin, I just would like to say, may the words and expressions of my mouth and the thoughts and meditations of my heart find favor and acceptance before you, Hashem. And some people I thank have inspired me. I hope they can inspire you as well. We'll have links below to their sites. They are Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi, Rabbi Eli Mansour, Rabbi Lon Anavar, Rabbi Yuval Ovadia, Rabbi Daniel Asur, Rabbi David Ashir, and Rabbi Yaron Ruvain. So if you've never checked out this channel before, I will have a link below to my first video, which explains what M.L.M for the Soul means, what it stands for, what I'm doing. So this is for the upcoming parasha V'et Chanan, how you pronounce it, and this is from Rabbi Eli Mansour, his weekly parasha insights. I call this Consolation and Hope. So the Shabbat after Tisha B'Av is known as Shabbat Nachamu, which is a reference to the portion from the prophets read on this Shabbat, a section from the book of Yeshayahu, which begins Nachamu, Nachamu Ami, comfort, comfort my nation. We read this prophecy of comfort and consolation every year after Tisha B'Av, even though nothing has changed. The Beit HaMikdash is still not rebuilt. That's the Holy Temple in Jerusalem, Yerushalayim. We still live in a state of exile. We still endure many difficult problems and hardships, and we still wait and yearn for redemption. If nothing has changed, then for what reason do we suddenly change our tune from mourning to comfort? Why do we now speak of consolation and hope if the situation remains the same? One explanation given by Rav Shimshon Pincus is that the phrase Nachamu, Nachamu Ami itself provides us with consolation. The very fact that Hashem calls us Ami, His nation, despite our wrongdoing which led to our exile, is a reason for us to feel comforted and consoled. Despite all we've endured, we know that we are still Hashem's beloved and cherished nation, and this itself is reason for hope and optimism. There is also an additional explanation. The gematria, which is the numerical value of the word Nachamu, is 104, and thus the gematria of the phrase Nachamu, Nachamu is twice 104, or 208. This is also gematria of the name Yitzchak, and Yitzchak Avinu is associated with the divine attribute of din, which is judgment, as opposed to Avraham Avinu, who is associated with Hashem's attribute of kindness and compassion. The phrase Nachamu, Nachamu alludes to us that even within judgment, there is reason for comfort and encouragement. Even when it seems like Hashem deals with us harshly, He is in truth dealing with us with love and compassion. Everything Hashem does is for our ultimate benefit and is done with love and kindness. And this is true even of the hardships we sometimes experience. This is why we feel comforted despite the fact that nothing has changed. Because we know that even the calamities which have befallen us are in truth manifestations of Hashem's kindness and compassion. This opening verse of the Haftarah concludes, Yomar Elokechem, your God, or your God says. I use Hashem usually, but that's just what the Elokim is. So the verb Aleph Mem Resh, which is Amar, generally denotes a soft, gentle tone in contrast to Dibur, Davar, Daled Beis Resh, which generally refers to a stricter, harsher mode of speech. Significantly, it appears here in conjunction with the divine name Elokim, which refers to Hashem's attribute of strict justice. This phrase too conveys the message that there is no substantive difference between Hashem's judgment and His compassion, because the two are really one and the same. Even when Hashem appears to deal with us harshly, He is in truth treating us with love, compassion, and kindness. Parashat V'et Chanan contains the famous verse, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. Hear, O Israel, Hashem is our God, Hashem is one. This verse bids us to quote hear, meaning to understand and contemplate that Hashem Elokeinu, both attributes of Hashem, are really Echad, one. So the name Elokim, as mentioned, refers to the divine attribute of judgment, whereas the name of Yud-Kei Vav-Kei refers to Hashem's kindness. We affirm several times each day the fundamental belief that Hashem Elokeinu, the two different ways in which we experience Hashem in our lives, are in truth Hashem Echad, one and the same. And both stem from His kindness. We are required to recite this verse several times each day because of the vital importance of this tenet, that everything Hashem does is done with love and kindness, and is for our benefit. This fundamental belief is our source of consolation after Tisha B'Av, after we've mourned the destruction of the Beit HaMikdash, and it is our source of consolation whenever we deal with difficult hardships over the course of our lives. And I hope and pray that we all merit to live and see the coming of Mashiach speedily in our days and the rebuilding of our final and everlasting Beit HaMikdash. Amen, and thanks for watching.